Question 11. Can you again start thread? Answer: no, we cannot start thread again. Doing so will throw runtime exception java.lang illegal thread state exception. The reason is once run method is executed by thread, it goes into dead state. Let's take an example. Thinking of starting thread again and calling start method on it, which internally is going to call run method, for us is somewhat like asking dead man to wake up and run, as after completing his life person goes to dead state. Question 12. Is it important to acquire object lock before calling wait, notify and notify all? Answer: yes, it's mandatory to acquire object lock before calling these methods on object wait, notify and notify all methods are always called from synchronized block only, and as soon as thread enters synchronized block it acquires object lock by holding object monitor. If we call these methods without acquiring object lock, i.e. from outside synchronized block, then java.lang illegal monitor state exception is thrown at runtime. Wait method needs to enclosed in try-catch block because it throws compile time exception, i.e. interrupted exception. Question 13. Explain different ways of creating a thread. Which one would you prefer and why? Answer: there are 3 ways that can be used in order for a thread to be created. A class may extend the thread class. A class may implement the Runnable interface. An application can use the executor framework in order to create a thread pool. The Runnable interface is preferred as it does not require an object to inherit the thread class. In case your application design requires multiple inheritances, only interfaces can help you. Also, the thread pool is very efficient and can be implemented and used very easily. Question 14. Explain the available thread states in a high level. Answer: during its execution, a thread can reside in one of the following states. Runnable: a thread becomes ready to run but does not necessarily start running immediately. Running: the processor is actively executing the thread code. Waiting: a thread is in a blocked state waiting for some external processing to finish. Sleeping: the thread is forced to sleep. Blocked on I/O: waiting for an I/O operation to complete. Blocked on synchronization: waiting to acquire a lock. Dead: the thread has finished its execution. Question 15. What is the difference between a synchronized method and a synchronized block? Answer: in Java programming, each object has a lock. A thread can acquire the lock for an object by using the synchronized keyword. The synchronized keyword can be applied in a method level, coarse-grained lock, or block level of code, fine-grained lock. Question 16. How does thread synchronization occurs inside a monitor? What levels of synchronization can you apply? Answer: the JVM uses locks in conjunction with monitors. A monitor is basically a guardian that watches over a sequence of synchronized code and ensuring that only one thread at a time executes a synchronized piece of code. Each monitor is associated with an object reference. The thread is not allowed to execute the code until it obtains the lock. Question 17. How do you ensure that N threads can access N resources without deadlock? Answer: a very simple way to avoid deadlock while using N threads is to impose an ordering on the locks and force each thread to follow that ordering. Thus, if all threads lock and unlock the mutexes in the same order, no deadlocks can arise. Question 18. What is the difference between sleep and yield? Answer: when a thread calls the sleep method, it will return to its waiting state. When a thread calls the yield method, it returns to the ready state. Question 19. What is the difference between normal thread and daemon thread? Answer: normal threads do mainstream activity, whereas daemon threads are used low priority work. Hence, daemon threads are also stopped when there are no normal threads. Question 20. What does the start method of thread do? Answer: the thread start method puts the thread in ready state and makes the thread eligible to run. Start method automatically calls the run method.